Good morning. I am Dante. This is Leanne and Skinner.
Yep.
This is Dante and Leanne in the morning.
Hello.
How have you been?
I've been great. How have you been?
Not bad. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten together, but it hasn't.
No, I mean...
It really hasn't.
It's been an exciting couple of weeks.
It has.
We snagged another gig with Royal Thunder. That's always a good time.
That was good. And it was, mirrors and... Psychic Mirror something?
It's Psychic Warfare.
Psychic Warfare with Scott Kelly's band.
Yes.
That was interesting.
I liked it a lot.
It was cool.
And Atlas Moth, who I also really liked, and they're really cool dudes, for sure.
I dig them live. Like, they put on a good live show.
Yeah, I like the megaphone.
Yeah.
We had a good time. Corpse paint was involved, some dancing. We got kicked out. I'm not sure why. I thought we fit in.
And did all those things did happen.
It was like a high school dance party, and then you got like the butt brigade of like all these idiots and fucking like corpse paint like let us in. We were not successful.
No.
Needless to
we
say,
did not crash the fraternity party.
No.
Did not go over at all.
We took Dante up to New York with Heavy Temple to play in Brooklyn at Lucky 13. That was awesome. We saw some awesome freaking bands. We played with Witch Kiss.
Witch Kiss?
Yep. I had never heard of them.
What was the first band?
No Gods Nor Masters. I think it was called.
No Gods Nor Masters?
Or Masters. I love that band.
They were my second favorite band of the night.
Yeah.
I definitely think they were my second. They put on the second best performance of the evening. I was like, they were the opener, and that makes it difficult for the others.
That's always tough. But the singer had this like vocal pedal. It sounded freaking awesome in that room, and I told her that afterwards. I was like, dude, you're cool. So that's why I want to play with them again.
They had a cello player. And
it
was they had a good all around sound, I think.
So it's been a good couple of weeks. We got to hang out with Doyle this week.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We have a nice short interview that'll be for everybody. Yeah, short and sweet.
Yeah, we got some of his time right before he had to go on stage. So it was cool.
We only had like 15 minutes to cut the interview in there, so to squeeze the interview in before his set started.
Yeah, but I'm stoked about it and can't wait for everybody to see me making an ass out of myself.
Which they will be able to see the first of 3 parts of her making an ass out of herself right about here.
Yeah. So. Welcome to Leanne Vaughn Butt Summoner. We've got Doyle.
What?
No, the Butt Summoner. That's
the name of the show?
Well, that's the name of
what kind of show is this?
That's the name of her custom pedal, actually.
Yes.
The butt what?
The Butt Summoner.
The butt
summoner. You stomp on it, the butts come to you.
My butt right now.
Well, okay. And here we have Doyle von Frankenstein. He's looking very handsome tonight, needless to say. How are you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. You're on your world tour right now.
It's the world tour.
Yes, and we're here at the Voltage Lounge in Philadelphia.
Voltage Lounge in Philadelphia.
We're really stoked to have you, man.
Cool.
Yeah, where are you off to for the next couple of months?
United States, then we go to
Hell yeah.
UK and Russia.
Okay. Right, fucking on. So, where are you looking forward to going the most?
Out of this country.
Out of this country? You not feeling it right now?
No, that sucks.
Yeah, I totally feel you. I understand that you don't live way too far from here?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Yeah, where's your current place of residence?
Right here in this bus.
Okay. I feel that's the same for me. Tell me more about your hair.
My hair? I haven't told you anything about my hair, so I cannot tell you any more.
I have always wondered what your day looks like when you're not working. Let me guess before you answer that question. I feel like you wake up, you work out, you hang out, and then you bask in a bathtub full of the blood of your enemies. Now tell me how far off I am from that.
Come around and open that door. I do that first, and then I work out.
Okay. What's your routine look like?
I just do one thing a day.
One thing a day?
Boy, that was interesting.
Yeah, I just went for it, and,
Well, that you did, yeah, and he was definitely, he made you work for those answers. He made you work really hard for that, which is fine. I mean,
he was a tough cookie,
we gotta learn. We gotta learn these things.
I'm up to the challenge. I mean, it's like, dude, you can try to make me look like a butt as much as you want, but I'll do it myself. Trust me. I'm sure that I'll come up with some good material to make myself look fucking dumb.
But we're gonna get back to that interview a little bit. But what have you been listening to lately? Like, what has been your tunage?
Man, it's kind of a lot of the same, but I have not been able to stop listening to Julian Baker's new album, and maybe that's just the kind of mood that I've been in. But it's cool. It's haunting, and it's honest, and a lot of the things she talks about, I'm like, girl, I know what you're saying. I feel that. So it's been constantly. I told you I've got that Google Play. So I wake up in the morning and I'm like, yo, Google, play Julian Baker. And then she's like, okay, playing Julian Baker. And I'm like, sick. And then that's how I spend most of my mornings. But when I'm not in that particular mood, I found a new band that I really, really like. It's called Honeymoon something.
Honeymoon Disease.
Honeymoon Disease,
yeah.
Yes.
I'm familiar with them, yes.
Well,
They're not super new, but yeah.
Well, I don't know much about them, but
from Sweden. Mjolnir,
really?
I think, yeah.
I don't know, YouTube was check this out, you might like it, and I was watching and I was like, yeah, I do like it. It's two chicks, the girl absolutely rips on guitars. It reminds me a lot of the Runaways. And they harmonize vocally, two other dudes in the band, but it's rock and roll. They got motorcycles in their videos and parties.
But yeah, they're from Sweden, so they bring that Swedish flair.
Yeah, so, but I mean, I really dig
it
and recommend it.
Killer rock and roll right now, which is what the Swedes are doing.
Yeah.
Blue Pills are up. Have you familiar with Blue Pills?
Blue Pills?
Yeah.
No.
They're another Swedish band that plays that rock and roll style. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just don't think things have to be too complicated. The music just is straight up right good stuff to my heart. It's I just straight up rock and roll. I just don't think that you have to get too crazy with stuff. I don't know. I'm not a hard person to please. What you been listening to?
The first two Devo albums.
Oh.
Seriously, I love the first two Devo albums are, I don't want to say underrated because they're not underrated. They're great.
Everybody that likes Devo is Devo's underrated, but I really like it.
I don't want to say they're underrated because I know a lot of people that they're definitely a lot of people realize they're a good fucking band. They put out some really good music.
I'm not educated in the ways of Devo.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be.
I don't know. That's why I have you.
They're on Spotify. They're good.
They're gay?
They're good.
Yeah, what else you been listening to?
Let me try to think. Today, as I was rearranging our studio, I don't know if anybody will be able to tell, I was listening to a lot of Over. I love Over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
Well, you went and saw Conan last night.
Yeah,
How was that?
I did go see Conan. Conan was fucking awesome last night. I didn't really pay too much attention to the openers. I should have a little bit. But, one of them was a local. It was a record release, Witching, I think is their name.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
They weren't bad. She fucking belted. She sounded good. They sounded good. I like them. I wish I was a little bit further up front, but I didn't bother and deal with the crowd until Conan started.
Yeah, I saw some videos. It looked packed. It looked like it was starting to get pretty wild, too.
Pretty sold out. It was, it seems like a typical Philly show anymore. That's just how they go.
Yeah. I mean, people bring it these days.
Well, no, I was at Mammoth Grinder earlier in the week, and that was sold out. And I was super surprised at that. And I was super surprised at the fan base there. It was hipster fucking hipster central.
Really?
It was weird. Weird unkempt facial hair with dirty flannels and wool beanies and
you probably fit right in.
The girls were all wearing mom jeans and I'm very well maintained. I keep myself pretty pretty presentable. I would not say that I am unkempt.
I know you are, but you like wearing those young boy shorts.
I like wearing shorts. I don't like wearing pants.
Ugh.
I don't like wearing dresses either, from what I found out. So
You did like wearing that. You did, don't lie.
I've never worn a dress before, so I
Also a
wouldn't-
lie.
Don't think so. I mean, I've worn plenty of women's clothing, just never a dress. So
Okay,
how's that
now we're
for
getting
honest
into
answer? Well, thrift store stuff. I mean, usually my body type, it fits me a little bit better sometimes.
Your
It
body
has.
type?
Yeah, I'm skinny. I'm skinny and small.
Well, you're short.
Taller than you.
Nah. Whatever. Whatever. That's not saying much.
No, it's not saying
It's like being like,
much.
I'm the manager at McDonald's. It's like, cool. Sorry, if you're the manager at a McDonald's, it's totally cool. That's fine.
No, who wants to be a manager? No, it's okay. Managers at McDonald's, it is whatever it is.
I don't know.
But on the note of food, we did discuss we did talk about food with Doyle.
We did. I don't know. I like all food, and y'all were talking about like all these like crazy words and things, and I was
We know.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
The interview was going a little funny, and I was like, I'm vegetarian, but I just told him I was vegan and he reacted positively.
You basically are vegan. You've admitted to that.
Yes, I am, but I don't like to say it because I hate the connotation that goes along with being vegan. And I eat honey, so technically I'm not because I eat honey.
Why can't
Honey,
bees?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh come on.
You can say whatever, but there's certain things that don't clash. I hate the pretense that goes along with it.
Yeah.
There's the vegans have ruined being vegan. And their fucking attitude.
I don't disagree with you, but I try
You don't
not
have to
to
disagree with me.
Make judgments on lifestyles that aren't mine. I think it's totally cool.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I kind of wish that I asked him about is he has this I don't know if he has his own or vegan leather guitar straps. Maybe he endorses them or I'm not sure what the deal is.
No, we didn't talk about that. We should have.
How do you make vegan leather?
It's like a pleather. It has a fabric with a plastic, more like a softer plastic over it. Some of
Okay.
the stuff is pretty good. I've had a couple pairs of vegan combat boots that have lasted me longer than leather combat boots.
Where do you get something like that? The internet or
Yeah, I've gotten my shoes from vegetarianshoes.com. Yeah, it's that
spit
simple.
everywhere because I was like,
how hard is it? Yeah,
shoes.
vegetarianshoes.com.
Alright.
They make great fucking shoes. They make awesome shoes that I recommend for anyone, period, regardless of if you want leather shoes or not.
Sure.
They're going to last you for a good long time.
yeah.
So
So what are those foods that he was talking about and that you mentioned?
Seitan and...
Seitan?
Seitan. He brought up seitan.
Well, I know what Satan is, but
I
I'm
know
not...
what Satan is.
How do you spell it?
Seitan? God, it's
Is it
letters.
Satan?
No, there's Saitan.
Oh, come on. It's it's Satan.
I think, I don't know, or it's SEI, I don't fucking know. I
That's
eat it, I don't
something
spell it.
If I made my own food, I'd be like, what should I call this? Satan, but Satan. It's something that sounds made up, but elaborate.
I don't eat it that much. Like I touched on briefly in the interview, I really don't navigate towards replacement meat. Like, I'm not vegetarian because I want to eat fake meat.
Okay.
I'm vegetarian because I have health issues with meat.
Okay.
So so I try to and soy, and I don't like soy. I just don't. Soy and I don't get along, so soy and I don't enjoy each other.
Okay.
But we had a brief discussion on food with Doyle, and we will cut into that right here.
So, you're vegan,
I am.
right? So how do you stay healthy on tour?
You eat, you sleep, and you hydrate.
What kind of stuff do you like to eat, and is it hard to find?
It's not hard to find. It's just regular food. It just has no animal products.
I feel you, but I think that most places,
I don't go to places. Everybody,
Did you bring your own food?
Everybody brings us food. Here's cupcakes and cookies. They bring us all kinds of dishes they make.
Yeah.
I'm vegan myself and have been for a good number of years, like almost 20 years now. So it can be difficult on smaller tours sometimes, but I tour with bands and vans.
So you have to bring it. Do you still find time to exercise, or is that something that...
Every day.
Yeah, what do you do?
Work out. We are sponsored by Power Block Dumbbells.
Okay.
What's your favorite vegan food?
My favorite vegan food, when I can find like a good vegan ramen. Like
Ramen noodles, that's it?
Well, no, like with it, like a nice shoyu broth and all kinds of like bok choy and mushrooms and corn and
Alright.
full of veggies, some bamboo.
You like seitan? You ever make it?
I do like seitan. I try to stay away from meat substitutes and soy, like particularly soy-based meat substitutes.
Why soy?
My body has like a weird.
Some people don't like it.
Yeah,
I could eat anything. Well, I like seitan a lot. What about you? You're not vegan.
I'm not vegan. I don't even know what that is.
I need to do some schooling then. So
Okay.
there's all kinds of stuff like.
He's been introducing me to
Yes.
some different
Good.
cuisines. Yes.
But lots of Indian and Mediterranean and all kinds like spices are your friend.
That's the thing people don't understand. Everything that's on that meat, the only thing you're tasting is the spice.
Yeah.
You can put it on a piece of fucking wood, and it's gonna be damn close.
I think my second favorite thing is for me one of the harder things was finding like a hot wing to replace. Like just the buttery hot wing, and I've replaced it with battered cauliflower and hot wing sauce. It's
You
so
should
good.
try my hot sauce.
I bet I should.
It's really good.
Did you
I
make
love
your
hot
own?
sauce.
It's called Made in Hell hot sauce.
Fuck yeah.
It's fucking good. I don't have any with us.
Where do you get it?
On my website,
Okay. What's in it?
hot sauce.
Just the
Hot
special
sauce, the
main
sauce?
ingredient is
Hot sauce without no butter, with no butter, thankfully.
That's the main ingredient is hot sauce.
Okay.
Is there habanero, cayenne?
I believe, what is it? Is it cayenne? I think it is cayenne. It's good.
Sweet.
Really tasty.
Welcome back from our part 2 of our brief interview with Doyle. We're keeping it brief, really brief.
Sure. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, so you can see we talked about food a bit because
Yeah,
everybody eats.
You gotta
everybody
eat. You
eats,
gotta
and
eat.
Leanne needs a little bit of education on veganism, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I was not sure what to ask the dude. It's like I've spent like a large part of my life listening to your music and stuff, and it's like, what do you ask a dude who's just a dude? And so I was like,
I'm a dude, you're a dude, we're all dudes.
so I was like, all right, what can we talk about? I was like, you've got your own guitar. Like, tell me about your guitar. And from what I gather, it sounds really freaking cool.
He's passionate about his guitar.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't necessarily get any fine details. Like,
I got a gist. I mean, I've seen it online.
I'm gonna be putting some pictures from some live shots from the show mixed in with this video.
Cool.
So people will be able to see his guitar, his one signature guitar that he played with. It looked in pretty rough shape. I don't know if it's meant to look like it's epoxy back together,
sure, like,
or if that's part of the look, or if maybe this is that was just one of those guitars he loves that he doesn't want to.
Right. Well, he
part
said he
with.
made like some of like the original ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly like what his experience is with building guitars and stuff, but I know that like if I made one, or if I have my own special Johns and guitars that are my go-to. Like I'll still like if I find some cool ones, like we'll bring them onto the team, But like my go-to, I have that, and I'm sure he has the same, But it was cool. I got him to share some of the details of it, like his rig and his guitars, and like the not so many pedals that he uses. But
Not
I've
so
rolled
many
that
at
way
all.
for a long time.
Yeah.
In Metallica, I used next to nothing. So
No, I mean, wanting to hear the actual sound of the guitar, there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
Like, not at all.
Yeah. I don't know. It was cool that he asked me about like what I use.
Yeah.
But.
Well, for now, we're gonna go back. We're gonna cut to our final part of our interview with Doyle, and we're gonna hear about what he has to say about his guitars.
Yeah.
And pedals or lack of pedals that he uses.
Sure.
I myself am a guitar player, and I'm very curious about your signature guitar. So, can you tell me about your guitar?
It's my guitar. I made it,
You made it yourself?
of course. I have a couple of them with me, and Dean has my original one right now. They might make it, but they've had it for 8 months.
Do you have a shop, or do you have a special luthier?
I had a shop for a while, and then I don't really have it anymore, so that's why I'm looking for these other companies to make it. We brought it to BC Rich, and he didn't do nothing. Brought it to Schecter, and they were afraid, and ESP was like, "Oh, you can pick one off the wall, and we'll put your name on it." And I was like, "I'll see you later." And now Dean has it, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Did you design it yourself?
Of course.
Yeah. Does it have a locking tremolo on it, or?
It has no tremolo, but it has the same bridge as a locking tremolo, but it's fixed bridge.
And what would you say is the benefit to doing that?
Well, I can't play the way I play with a floating bridge because I will be out of tune.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. What kind of pickups do you use?
Seymour Duncan, of course.
Which ones?
Invader. Is that what you use?
No.
Maybe you should.
I've been told to use those. I have a couple, but I use 57 Classics mostly. Just generic bullshit. What kind of neck do you have on there?
It's a graphite neck through.
And you picked that yourself?
Yeah, it's got a phenolic fingerboard.
What does that mean for those?
That means it's not wood, and it's not graphite, it's plastic.
So it's not going to warp or anything?
Oh, it moves with the weather, but it's always nice, man. I like it.
Okay. What kind of rig do you have?
I have speaker cabinets that I made. I run SVT heads and Matrix power heads, and I have a preamp.
When you say you made the cabinets, does it mean you built it out of wood and you put the speakers in and you put the mesh in there? What kind of speakers are in it?
Celestians, of course.
Which ones?
Right now we got greenbacks and vintage 30s.
Do you use 412s or?
412s.
Okay. Fuck you. I'm a bit of a gearhead. I'm curious what kind of pedals you use.
Pedals? The only pedal I'm using is a whammy pedal right now.
That's it?
That's it. Double octave up.
Okay. Fuck yeah. And is your signature guitar, I guess, the only one that you use? You said you had multiple.
Of course.
Do you bring a bunch on tour?
I only have 4 right now. The 5th one is Dean has it.
What do you mean Dean has it?
Dean has it to take pictures of it and start making it, but we had a meeting and they didn't listen to anything I said. So I have to go there for like a week and just go and make it with them. Because I don't want to make 10 prototypes, because then I'll be pissed off at them and I won't like them.
What are you looking for?
My guitar.
And what specifically does that mean?
Everything that's on my guitar, I want them to make it.
Okay. Is that something that would be available in like general music stores, or is something that you have to order specially from Dean?
It could be a number of ways. We haven't decided how we're going to do that. You see how Zach Wilde sells his guitar?
Yeah.
He doesn't make them himself. He has somebody else make them.
Sure.
One of these big companies makes them, which I won't mention. I don't know if that's a secret.
Okay.
Or not.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm excited to play one if it's ever available. I think a lot of people want to play one before they can just order it.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Welcome back from part 3.
Hi.
Now we are going to give ourselves... I'm going to get some education on my lack of knowledge on guitars.
Yeah. for me.
So I don't sound like such a fucking goon when we're interviewing people. Whenever and Leanne's like yada 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 yada,
Keep
and
in
I'm just like. Yeah,
I
sure.
am not an expert by any means. I'm actually quite opinionated on like
but you know
guitar stuff.
more than I do. I play a bass and that's all there is to it. Like I don't even know much more about it other than that even. So, but I did have the courage to restore, like to completely repair and restore my bass, which I don't recommend for other people to do.
It's hard.
I know enough about soldering and electronics that I could do that.
I won't do that with my guitars. I'm like somebody who is capable of like science.
I mean, I did ruin one of the pots, and I had to replace it. I got the solder in the main connection, and it was all.
Pots are easy enough to replace.
So
what did you want to know?
Well, I mean, I'm well aware of the fact that we have like your standard 3 different guitar types. You have your acoustic guitar, you have your hollow body electric guitar, and you have your electric guitar. Anything else in that genre? And
well, there's a lot of different kinds of guitars.
Yes.
I mean, the acoustic guitar.
But in that spectrum, you have of sound. You have your acoustic. You have like you're not sound performance difference. You're not. What is the difference going to be? Other like you have your acoustic. The hollow body has its own sound with even though it's electric, and your electric guitar. Does the body style of electric guitars affect the sound, or is it...
yeah, big time. So, in my opinion, acoustic guitars and electric guitars are 2 entirely different instruments. They sound completely different. They have the same tuning and strings, but that's the only similarity to me.
Yeah.
But solid body electric guitars is just like one piece of freaking wood. There's no space in there. So it's entirely like between the strings being transduced into your amplifier.
Yeah, so it's the strings and the pickups that matter for solid body guitars.
Yeah, I mean, you can get like guitars that have thicker bodies versus thinner bodies. Like I have a Les Paul and I also have an SG.
And that's personal playing preference.
It's definitely a preference. They just like sound different. And when I'm trying to help people pick out guitars that are like right for them, I'm like, dude, just play it. See what feels and sounds the best to you.
So a Warlock versus a Flying V body versus the Gibson rounded style, none of that's really going to affect.
I mean, there's a lot of variables in there. It depends on like what kind of wood that the guitar is made out of, what pickups are being used, and how thick you like your strings.
What is the common type of wood that's used?
I guess
oak,
I'm going to say
maple?
No. The most common kind of wood for or like the body of solid body electric guitars is probably mahogany. But you can get a lot of different kinds of woods for the neck. I mean, rosewood's really popular. So is maple. I like ebony. I like all 3 of them. They have entirely different
and neck
feels.
through makes a difference or not, or
it's a matter of preference. Neck throughs are supposed to be like better or something. I don't know. I just go off of like if the guitar feels good, you feel it in your gut and in your balls and stuff. It's good.
Well, see, that's good. And as far as like the fretboard materials, are those made out of it versus graphite, composite, or wood, solid wood? What would you say?
I mean, I like the 3 woods that I just told you about. I mean, graphite's cool. I was asking Doyle about like, you know.
Well, his is more of a composite, I think.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a composite wood / plastic / graphite.
It's just all like a matter of freaking preference. Yeah. You know, it's hard to say. They all sound different.
Is the difference in the sponginess and how you press, like, and how
and it depends how you play. Like, I rely a lot on like my right hand a lot more so than my left, but it's just so hard because you have to play them to feel and hear the difference. And that's what I would just tell anybody. But, like, the body style of solid body electric guitars, my opinion, doesn't exactly matter.
It's style over performance.
I guess. I mean, like, as far as, like, I use a lot of different kinds of Gibson guitar style shapes. So I like the SG because it's really fucking light.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like my Les Paul. I have a 78 standard, and that's really, really heavy. But you can get Les Pauls that are chambered that have space in the guitar. So it's chambered.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as heavy, and it just resonates like a little bit differently. They sound different. I don't know. And then, like, the pickups matter, too. So where you get your guitar or where it's been manufactured matters. So, like, with, like, Fender Stratocasters and Fender-made guitars, you can get ones that are made in China or get ones made in Mexico. These two are made, like, on factory lines. And, like, with the American-made ones, you get the quality assurance that they're handmade. And so you're going to run into far less... the word I'm gonna use is problems. So
Issues,
I mean,
aftermarket issues.
You just have to like
concerns.
Play them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get a really solid Squier, a really solid Mexican made guitar, but like
I know some people that swear by Squier basses. Like hands
it
down,
all
they are
depends. You can play like 20 of the same model guitar, and some just have the balls in it that others like don't. And you know, if you've been playing the same instrument for like a long time, you start to like wear it in how you see fit. Like you can feel the neck start to like mold to where your hand.
You have customized your newest guitar a little bit of white tape.
Oh, Dante. Yeah, I did.
Looks pretty sweet. It's a nice contrast in there. I think it looked good.
I recently
turned out good in the
up,
photos. So
yes, it looks good in the pictures. It's a SG Junior. It's got one pickup. I don't even know what the pickup is, but it sounds sick.
They're traditionally T-buckers, I think, in the Gibsons. Traditionally.
T-buckers?
Mm-hmm. Am I wrong?
Maybe. And which Gibsons are you talking about?
Well, isn't that their standard stock pickup?
Burst buckers.
Burst buckers is their stock?
Yeah, most of my guitars have 57 classics in them, but it just depends on like the year.
See, I don't know anything. I know my bass has T-buckers in it, and it sounds awesome.
Sure.
It was like I wanted to keep the T-buckers like and replace everything else like.
It depends because, like, with that whatever year that they're making, like, their line of things, they'll stock it with different pickups. But recently, I think that's what's been in a lot of the Les Pauls and SGs and stuff. I don't know.
Who knows how long we'll be able to still get new Gibsons the way they're going right now. But,
it's the way the cookie's crumbling, I guess.
It is. I mean, they've made some poor business decisions over the last couple of years. So.
I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't favor old Gibson guitars versus new ones.
The quality of product, regardless of technology advances, has not been on par for what they should be as a guitar manufacturer. Would that be the correct way to put it?
It's different. It's different. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, but I will say I prefer the older guitars.
I think a lot of people would say that.
They're making some decisions. This is my preference again. Like, I don't want to say it's like fact or not fact, but like in 2015 or 16 they made this decision that like most of the guitars coming out, not all of them, like Firebirds didn't. I don't know. I can't speak entirely intelligently about it, but every freaking guitar that came to Guitar Center had like the robot tuners or the G-Force tuners. And to some, that was like a really cool feature that you just strum it and like the tuners would be like zzz, zzz, zzz.
If they worked.
Well, they sort of worked, but you have to freaking charge it. As somebody that like plays live, I was like.
So what, I'm gonna plug in basically a battery charger at the end?
It kind of looks like a 9-volt adapter.
Honestly, the best thing to do in that situation would be to get like a cell phone battery charger, like on the fly battery, like travel charger, and just keep it in your case and keep your guitar.
If you're on the road and stuff,
you
don't want to rely.
No, you don't want to rely on any of that. No, you would rather rely on your regular old harmonic tuner.
Yeah, and then I like to play in different tunings and stuff. And if I ever wanted to go to
If you want to switch
DADGAD or some shit, or like, you know, drop, you know, I'm just like, boop, boop. Like, I'm happy to like do that, but you have to like know how to program it to be like setting to like D standard, setting to like, you know, whatever. I don't know.
I hate to say camera lenses have been doing shit like that too, but yeah, they have been a little bit.
Yeah, but a camera is like a piece of technology. A guitar is like is a tool.
It is.
You know, it's
but
like
it's
a
still
hammer.
a piece of technology. And camera lenses now have a thing that you connect to the rear cap that you plug a USB cable in, and you can adjust shit in the camera lens when it used to all just be complete factory settings. And now it's like you can completely adjust that lens to that body of that camera that you're using, and you can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And so it's probably around the same thing. Like, you can accidentally get in a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing.
I mean, I just don't want to have to rely on technology for, you know, mostly live performance. If I'm sitting in my apartment, like, I'll be like, oh, God damn it, and, like, fix it or whatever. But I don't want to have issues like that as I'm performing. So anyway, this line of guitars totally flopped, and then they sent, like, representatives out to all the stores to uninstall these electronic tuners and put like Grovers and stuff on them because it just was really not doing well. That's from my understanding of it. But it was difficult to sell because we have so many guitars on the wall, and if I'm like, all right, check this one out, it's got like robot tuners, and if it's not charged, it's really hard to be like, yeah, you should get this when the tuner's like, and it isn't working, and I'm like, and I'll just be like, like, I honestly, I did that. I'm really sorry. Guitar Center.
No.
I'm not gonna tell somebody to buy something that's not fucking working.
I don't think that's wrong. Like, if there was a guitar player that you felt better with the product they went home with than what if you just tried to sell them what was off the line, that's not a bad thing. I'm sorry, that's not a bad thing. Like,
I know, but it wasn't what I was instructed to do. I mean, I just did what I wanted to do.
Well, fuck what you're instructed to do.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't do it. But yeah. I want to play Doyle's guitar. Like, well, maybe not his guitar, but like
one of his custom guitars.
I wanted to pick it up and feel it because I saw like in other interviews and stuff that it's like heavy.
It's got some cool shapes to it. Like some of the
it's
ones.
It's like a reverse V looking kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like the Spider-Man symbol on its side with the legs coming off of it, and like the like,
it looks pointy. I wanted to ask him like, how many times
pointy.
do you like accidentally stab yourself with this? Because I know I would have all kinds of weird bruises with like a pointy instrument with all the dumb shit I try to pull off trying to look cool when I'm playing. But
well, you know, I have someone to officially lift you on stage.
Oh yeah, oh my God, we had this thing in New York. Where I like got off stage and then was like, oh shit, I can't get back up there. So I tried to take my guitar off, and Dante was like, oh, I'll pick you up. So he just grabs me by the legs. It was ugly. I just was crawling on stage.
I gave you a spot to put your foot and
lift.
just.
I don't remember it like that. I thought.
Well, originally I was like, here, put a foot, and you weren't paying attention.
No.
And so I just picked you up and put you on the stage.
I remember like you picked me up, and I just kind of like slid on stage and was like. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I was thinking on my feet though. I was like, I'm gonna put the guitar down, run over here, and come back and pick it up. Man, whatever. My band talks about getting like one of those like leashes that you attach to like children.
We have
like,
talked about that
theme
with
parks
you, yeah.
Or like me.
We're just gonna attach you and let you run along the side of the van as we tour.
Shut up, man. Whatever. I'm not that bad.
No, you're fucking awesome.
Man, y'all freaking throw those hater tots at me constantly, but then when it's like
Hater
showtime,
tots?
yes, hater tots. But then when it's like, oh, Leanne, go. I'm like, all right, nobody's complaining then when everybody loves it.
Everybody loves Leanne. Yes.
Shut up, man.
We're gonna make Leanne blush right now because look at how big she is.
No, stop.
Oh,
stop.
Good Lord.
I'm not. Dude, get out of here. This podcast is over. This podcast is goddamn over. Last podcast ever.
No, it's not our last one. Next time we have Sarah from WMR.
All right, next time will be Sarah, WMR.
It's not over.
Balls aren't hanging out.
My balls are hanging. Segment.
I don't know what else to say about fucking food.
I need more whiskey. So that's my first priority. Oh, I'd rather have a little fucker.
Alright.
Hello. Are we good?
Yeah, you're all
Alright.
good.